the top 4 seeds. 1 minute for the top 4. Okay, top 4 seats, hold up on your practice and head on down to the practice pair. 35 to 38 for practice warm-up. 35 to 38. I have a couple. I have one back there somewhere. As you're finishing up, Baxter, your letter A. Caden, your letter B. Gavin, letter C. Landon, letter D. A will start on the left lane. On 31 and 32, Brendan, you will be letter A, top left. Hayden, letter B. Jordan, letter C, top right. Levi, letter D. Josh, if you're going to reverse the starting lanes here, so A and B are on the left, on both pair, thank you. Okay, guys, we are. We do lose feeds on YouTube, but hopefully we're good to go. They're finishing up practice, and we are ready to go for action. All right, on lanes 27 and 28, we have the number 5 seed from Valley, Baxter Dion. We have the number 8 seed from Bell Vernon, Caden Kokenauer. The number 9 seed from Penn Trafford, Gavin Holtz. And the number 12 seed from Meadville, Landon Plyler. Over on 31 and 32, we have the number 6 seed from Elwood City, Brendan Ellison. We have the 7 seed from Hayden Miller. The 10 seed from Bell Vernon, Lee. And the 11th seed from Meadville, Levi Maddox. Each of these guys are bowling one game. The top scorer will advance to the quarterfinals to face the 3 and the 4 seeds. Hold on one second. We're going to flip these and before we go. Once again, all 12 of these bowlers have advanced to states already, and now they're bowling for a Western Regional Championship. As soon as he flips this pair, there we go. A starts on the left. Brendan is A, Hayden is B, Jordan is C, Levi is D. You guys good on your letters down there? Good luck, guys. Good boy. Let's send them off with a round of applause. Here we go. Opening shot right off the bat is Jordan Sisley, and he throws a opening strike for Bell Vernon. Over on the left is Brendan Allison. He'll be letter A today. Jordan is letter C, as you just saw. Brendan is from Elwood City, and he leaves a split 2-10. Over on the right from Meadville is Levi Maddox. Meadville Cochranton. Meadville, I'm going to call it Meadville today. He is the letter D. And his first shot comes up high, leaving a 4-pin. As Brendan Allison is making his spare attempt. On the split. Oh, almost makes it. But it's an open frame nonetheless. As we head to the B bowler, Hayden Miller from Moon, who is the 7th seed. And Levi spares up. Hayden Miller from Moon, the 7th seed, is the B bowler. If you want to. Brendan Allison, Elwood City, over on the right, working on the open. I'm just glad they didn't say Lexi or Bella. I feel like I've been in trouble. And back in action here, Brendan Allison was another open, so he's doing early here. Don't forget who that was, letter C, which Jordan Sisley spares up. I'll get these guys right yet. This is fast action now. After this, it'll be head-to-head, so it'll slow down a little bit. Hayden Miller from Moon, over on the right. And he goes high, leaving the baby split 3-10. You see Levi on the he leaves the splits. He goes wide right. 2-4, 8-10. Hayden chops off his spares after an opening strike. Has a split there. Excuse me. And Levi gets 3, so an open frame as we go to the 3rd frame. And this is Brendan Allison of Elwood City, who shot .966 for 5 games with a high game of 224. Coming off 2 opens. And he comes up high again, leaves a 3, 6, 9, 10. It's Jordan Sisley of Bell Vernon is up on the right. Comes up high and leaves a 10 pin. Jordan Sisley had a high game of 223 and a 955 game set. Oh, it's another open frame for Brendan from Elwood City. So he's from some early struggles here as Jordan's shooting his spare. And we're having a lot of open frames here to start. So that means it's anybody's game. That's Hayden Miller from Moon. Up on the left, he had a 957 and a 249 high game. And he comes up high, leaving the 610. Levi Maddox from Meadville up on the right now, working on an open. Another high shot as he leaves a 610. So Ice Kids are struggling, coming up higher light. They can't find the right angle as Hayden Miller makes a spare. And we are almost in the fourth frame. As Levi Maddox, who had a 942 series and a 212 high game, misses his spare. So, after three, assuming a strike, we have a tie with Jordan Sisley and Hayden Miller. Sisley comes up high, leaves a 2-3-6. Brendan gets a strike. He's on the board after opening up with three opens. These guys are working fast. I'm trying to keep you up on the action. Sisley spare shot, and he opens, missing one off of it. Hayden Miller from Moon. He misses right, leaves a washout, the 1-2-10. Please don't keep it on the table. Don't touch the table. Yeah. Just take it off the table. I don't want people shaking my camera. Thank you. And Levi Maddox strikes on the left. Hayden Miller from Moon misses his spare, so it's another open frame here. A lot of crazy stuff happening right now. And Brendan Allison trying to double. And he just misses tripping a 9-pin out. He had a 4-9 standing. Pin almost took out the 9. Fortunately, only a 1-pin spare shooting. As Sisley hits light and leaves a 7-pin. So strikes are very hard to come by on this pair, this game. Spare shot is good for Brendan. So after three opens, Brendan comes back, strikes spare. Sisley spare shot is a good. So after two opens, he comes back with a spare. And we have Hayden Miller on the left for Moon. And that's a strike for Hayden Miller. So it looks like these guys might be starting to settle in a little bit, finding the right spot on lane. Excuse me. And just as I say that, Levi Maddox leaves a big 2-10 split. Sorry about the coughing. I need my drink. Levi gets one off the split. Jordan Sisley, and meanwhile, left the 4-7. Sisley spare shot is good. And Brendan Allison now working on a spare. And he strikes in its sixth frame. So, like I said, he opened the first three, but he settled down and he's over the pocket now. Hayden Miller on the right, working on a strike, trying to get and throw that double. And he throws up high, leaves a 6-7-10. As Levi on the left also comes up a little high, only leaving a 4-pin. Very makeable spare. Hayden Miller with a big split here, though. Tough to convert, but it can be done. And he gets two, so it's an open frame for Hayden. Or for, yes, for Hayden. Sorry. Levi misses his pair as well. So the open frames continue for these guys. Sorry about that. If you guys heard that. Oh, and a whopper and fries for Jordan as he leaves the 1-2, 4-6, 10. Brandon working on a strike, comes up high and leaves the 6-10. Over on the left. Sicily's spare attempts, and he converts the whopper and fries. Brendan Allison on his spare shot, and it is good as well. So he's really settled down after those opening frames. Levi Maddox working on two opens here, trying to get back in this game. And he leaves another big split, the 2-10. Hayden Miller over on the left. And he strikes. So another open frame there for Levi Maddox, who just can't get anything going here. So after 7, it looks like the lead right now between Jordan Sicily, who's letter C, and Brendan Allison, letter B. But actually, Brendan Allison and Hayden Miller are all in this game. And Brendan Allison strikes again. So it gives him the lead as we go. Well, not quite the lead, as Jordan could strike and take the lead back. He does, so he takes a 3-pin lead over Allison. We're going to have to see what Hayden Miller has to say about that, as he's working on a strike, and he can join the party too. The winner of this match will take on Toby Soltis of Connellsville on our other pair to the left of me. And finally, for Levi, gets a strike. So he desperately needed some help there. Got something at least. Hayden Miller shooting. Spare on the right here. And he misses. It opens on the right. We just have a little breakdown here. Stay right on it. Spare for Allison. So after those opening frames, so in strike, spare, he's right in this match. It's going to be up to see what happens between Jordan and Sicily. And Hayden Miller. Hayden Miller is on an open now. And he comes high and leaves the 3-10 baby split. Over to my left, it looks like Caden Kokenauer of Bell Vernon has the commanding lead down there, just so you know. And his teammate, Jordan Sicily, somehow manages to strike on the right lane as Hayden Miller opens. So this is a two-person match right now between Brendan Allison and Jordan Sicily. They're going to the 10th. It's anyone's game. Levi Maddox He throws a double up there, so he's trying to stay alive in case something happens, and you never know in these matches. Jordan Sisley can max out at 200. Allison can finish 187. So it's Jordan Sisley's game to win. Here's a shot. He crosses over and leaves a 6-10. Brendan Allison on the right from Elwood City. And he misses right and leaves the 2-10. Jordan Sisley makes this. He wraps up game one over here. And he chops it. So that gives Levi Maddox an opportunity to win this match. If he strikes out, he shoots 169. And Sisley shoots 166. Allison finishes with 154. Hayden must strike out. I'm sorry. Yes. Not Hayden. Levi has to strike out. He needs the first two and count to win this game. And he splits in the 10th frame. So game one over here will go to Jordan Sisley of Bell Vernon. And his teammate is going to win down to the other pair. And that is Caden Kokenhauer, who's shooting 200 plus over there. Hayden Miller doubles in the 10th, but it's too little too late for him as Jordan Sisley is our Group B winner. So Brendan Allison shoots 154. Jordan Sisley shoots 166. Hayden Levi Maddox shoots 133. And Hayden Miller on his last shot shoots 143. So Jordan will be going to our other pair. He'll be taking on Toby Soltis of Connellsville. Caden Kokenhauer will be coming to our pair. And taking a 4th seed from Plum, Brian Crawl. Kokenhauer did shoot 258. I gotta get the big mic here, so hang tight. Can you set up for 6 minutes on each line? That's in a track line and start it if you could. So our winner for Group A is Caden Kokenhauer of Bell Vernon with a 258 game. Group B is teammate Jordan Sisley with a 166 game. Jordan will be moving on to 27 and 28. Caden will be coming to 31-32. Top C's go to St. Mary's, we're just practicing normally. We're here before. Okay. I asked him. I know someone named that. That's why I figured. Practice on both of these. Yeah, both of these pairs. Yeah. Just let us hit the chat part so we can start. I was gonna say, whenever you guys wanted to start it, Okay, I'll start that. Just be ready. About 2 seconds. As soon as you get up there, actually. Brian and Jeff. Ben, Jordan, Toby, Preston. All right, guys, they're going to bring you on 6 minutes of practice. In 2 minutes, the top seeds, 1 and 2, and the winners for the first round will move down to the practice for the final 2. You may begin. All right, we're in round 2. Now it's head to head. They're just warming up here to get 6 minutes, get a feel for the lanes. On this pair here, we will have Brian Crawl, the 4th seed of Plum, going against the 8th seed, Caden Kokenauer, Bell Vernon. Over on the left, we'll have the 3 seed, Toby Soltis of Connellsville, going against the 10th seed, Jordan Sisley of Bell Vernon. Hope you guys are enjoying our live stream. For some reason, we never see comments on here. We have to work on that part. So I'd love to see answer any questions, but for some reason we don't see them until later. We're newbies to YouTube here, so we do our best on here. Left for the advancers and the 1 and 2 seeds. And of course, today, after our championship match, we will have a post-game award show and post-game interview with our champion. So stick around. Okay, I need my 1 and 2 seeds and the advancers. We can get on to the practice pairs. You got 2 minutes for the 3 and 4 seeds. What's that? Did you get warm up down there if you want. Okay, under 30 seconds. Final shot. Okay, the high seeds, you guys get to pick. You get to pick who starts the match. Whoever starts will start on the left lane. The other bowl will go right lane, left lane. And then you will go right lane, left lane. Higher seed picks. Higher seed picks. One game. So one game winner advances. Oh, I need A on the left, B on the right. A on the left, B on the right. As soon as we get these screens up right, we will be in. Over on the left, we have the 10 seed, Jordan Sisley of Bell Vernon, going against the 3 seed, Toby Soltis of Connellsville. On the right lane, right pair, we have the 8 seed, Caden Kokenauer of Bell Vernon, going against Brian Crawl of Plum, the 4 seed. Good luck and good bowling. Oops. Here we are in a quarterfinal match. We have the 3 and the 4 seeds joining. And on our match here, it's Caden Kokenauer, the 8 seed. I don't know. It seemed okay after that, though, so I'm not sure. Caden's first shot comes up high, and he leaves the 2-7 baby split. And he chops it off. So it's an open frame to start for Caden. This is Brian Crawl Plum. He is the 4 seed. He had a high series of 992 first 5 games, and he also comes up high and leaves a 310. And Brian's high game of the day was 222. Over to the left, it is Jordan Sisley going against Toby Soltis, the 3 seed. I'll give you updates as we go, unless you can switch over to the other stream and watch it over there. Brian Cross shot, and he chops it off, so we have 2 opens. Brian Crawl working into frame 2 after an open. Yuma comes up high and leaves a 6 pick. So this pair's been a little tricky so far. If you've been watching, it looks like the other pair's got 2 strikes over there and a spare. This pair might be a little tougher today. There's cross spare attempt over on the left side, left lane. And it's good, so first spare. And now Caden's up. Right? Yeah. Okay. And Caden comes up with a strike, so after opening frames, both these guys, we have a spare strike, and we go to the 3rd frame. Okay, Caden trying to work on that strike, trying to get a double. He comes up high, leaves the big 4, the 4, 6, 7, 10. Caden's coming off a big game at 258. But that was on a different pair, and I really feel like this pair's playing a little tougher. It's taking some people, everyone, a little time to figure out where to play. And it's an open frame for Caden as he misses everything. So Ryan Crawl's an opportunity to take advantage of that. Caden is coming in as our 8th seed. He had a high game of 221 and a 957 series. 3rd frame for Brian Crawl from Plum. And he does strike, so off the spare, he strikes. So the answers working for the first double of the game. Here's Crawl working on a single strike, trying to get that double. And he takes the 9 out. Big shot from Crawl. Pops up the double after the open. See if Caden Kokenauer can answer. Comes up high again, leaves the 2-4. And right now, over to the left, Soltis has a front 4 to start. While Sisley has spare, spare, spare. So they're both clean. One has strikes, one has spares. Kokenauer's spare shot is good. So much needed spare for Caden. He's down a couple sticks here. We have 2 teammates from Bell Vernon bowling at opposite ends of the bracket, trying to meet each other in the finals, but they're both behind early right now in the quarterfinals. Caden comes up and leaves a 3-9 with a bucket. Their coach is Greg Strickland, who is between the 2 lanes right now, trying to coach 2 at once from 2 different angles. It's a good, bad problem to have. All right, here's Caden's spare shot. on a double wood, and he converts. So 2 spares in a row, but he's going to have to start putting a couple X's up there if Carl continues his way, as he is searching for the turkey. This is our third of 4th championship. We have one more tomorrow to crown a girls' team champion. That'll be in the morning. And then I can sleep. Crawl leaves, comes up a tad high.
All right, come on, Brian.
Only leaving a 4-pin.
Come on.
Of course, 2 weeks from today, we will be in Lancaster for the state championship. We're sending 6 girls teams, 6 boys teams, 12 boys singles, and 12 girls singles to compete against the other half of the state. And Cross spares up, so cleans up his spare, and he'll be going to 6 frame. So just to give you an update on the left, Soltis has started with the front 5. Sicily has the front 5 spares, so it's a strike to spare battle right now. Crawl working on a spare after the double. He has a 29-pin lead as we go to the 6th frame. And he comes back with a strike. So after the 4-pin, comes back, puts an X up on the board. Kokenauer must start answering this, or he's going to run out of time and run out of frames. There's a 6-frame shot. And Caden gets it wide left and leaves the 1-3-7 washout. The winner of this match will advance to take on the number 1 seed, Preston Smith of Sarah Catholic, as Caden opens in the 6th frame. The winner of our other match will take on the number 2 seed, Jeffrey Natal of Newcastle, and they will be flipping lanes. So the winner of this match will be on the other stream, and the winner of that match will be on this stream. There's Caden's shot. He really threw that one good. Best shot he's thrown all game. Puts 10 down. Really had a good look on it. He's been struggling, battling, missing left, missing right. That was right in the right spot. 10 down. So it's a 23-pin lead for Crawl as we go to the 8th frame. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. Crawl is a frame behind, and that math eludes me sometimes. There's Crawl shot working on a strike, and he puts up a big double there. That gives him a 53-pin lead, assuming strikes the rest of the way. We go to the 8th frame. Crawl trying for the gobbler. Looks good. And there we have our first Pac-Man gobbler of the match for Brian Crawl. Takes a commanding lead. Caden has to stay with him. Cannot miss at this point. Or Crawl's going to run away with the rest of this game. Unfortunately, he comes up high and he leaves the 2, 4, 7, 8. Brian Crawl can shoot 248 at this point. He strikes out. There's Caden's spare shot. He does convert to difficult spare. So, like I said, Crawl can shoot 248. Caden can shoot 175. It's a little wide, leaves a 9-10. So his max score is down to 164. Crawl is already at 158 with what he has on the board. Converts a spare off the one board. Crawl just needs some count here, stay behind the line, and they can take a victory lap in the 10th frame and advance to the next round against Preston Smith of Sarah Catholic. There's Crawl's shot in the ninth. That will do it. Crawl will advance after the 4-bagger. He's already sitting 188. And Caden can only get 164. But he does get a trip to States. Crawl just trying to finish out. As I said, he has the victory lap time here. And he will advance. And doesn't strike on that one. He's at least a 210, but it doesn't matter. He didn't need anything on that shot. The winner of the other match, they are about to go to the 9th and 10th frame opener. It is over, as well as Toby Soltis will advance to the semifinal as well. And he will be taking on Jeffrey Natal of Newcastle on this stream right here. Here's his 10th frame. He gets a 10, so 214 for Brian Crawl. It's enough to advance. And a 7-pin for Caden and the 10th. After a 258 first game, he ran into a tough pair and a buzzsaw there with Crawl. And he finishes with a 142 game. And Toby Soltis has won our other game, so he'll be advancing. One more game until we go to one camera. So we don't know which camera we'll be on. They're about to roll the 10th frame on another pair. So on this pair here, we will have Jeffrey Natal and Toby Soltis. And on the other stream, it'll be Brian Crawl going against Preston Smith. So just hang tight, guys. I'm going to be going to the big mic here again. But Toby Soltis finished the 220, and Jordan Sisley will finish with we don't know. It is one more ball to go. 168 plus this shot. So he finishes with 175 game. Our winners are our quarterfinals. Brian Crawl with 214 game, Toby Soltis with 220 game. I think Toby and Jeffrey on 31-32. Brian and Preston on 27-28. Yes, right. All right, 5 minutes of practice, please, on both our pairs. 5 minutes. With 2 minutes left, the advancers. 2 minutes left, the advancers can go to the warm-up pairs to stay loose. There you go. We will have a coach presentation after the championship match today. So please hang around for that. I'll do a warning. advancers hold a practice. You can go to the warm-up there for 2 minutes. 1 and 2 seats, the lights are yours. Seconds. Need the advancers to come on down. Rebound 31-32, please. 27 if you could. Higher seats, you can pick who starts the match. The left lane will begin. Please rebound 27. Okay, over on 27 and 28. We have the number 1 seed from Sierra Catholic, Preston Smith. Taking on the number 4 seed from Plum, Brian Hall. On 31 and 32, we have the number 2 seed from Newcastle, Jeffrey Natal. He will be taking on the 3 seed from Collinsville, Toby Soltis. Winner advances to the championship final. Let's see his kids off with a nice round of applause. Good luck to you both. Okay, I am back. We were about to start and have Toby Soltis, the 3 seed from Collinsville, who just shot 220 to advance, and he's going against a 2 seed, Jeffrey Natal of Newcastle. Looks like Jeffrey is elected to have Toby start the match on the left lane. The winners of these 2 matches will advance to the finals, to the championship final match. Here's Toby's opening shot. And he takes 10 down. So he opens with a strike. Natal on the right lane. Apparently, he's going to be a St. Vincent Bearcat next year. So, welcome to the Bearcat family. It'll be great to see you out there. Here's Natal's opening shot. He also strikes, so we are even after 1. Natal was the second high qualifier with a 1067 5-game total with a high game of 257. There's Natal trying to get a double. to open up the game. And, oh, big messenger comes in front of the 10 pin. Great shots here by Nataldo to get the double, but 10 pin would not cooperate. We had 81 boys today competing. They all qualified from their leagues. And we are down to 4. Here's Natal's spare shot. And it's an open frame for Natal. Giving an opportunity for Toby to double up and take a big lead, little early lead. Toby was the 3 seed. He had a 1040 series today. And his high game came in game 5 of 260, which is also the high game of the tournament today. Keep in mind that nobody bowled on this wasn't a house pattern. It's a more challenging pattern. So scores aren't as high as you're used to. Toby working on a strike here. Here's Toby's shot. Trying to double up. Misses right a little bit, leaves a 2 pin. So not a bad leave. Makeable spare. I'll keep watch for you guys on our other stream. Keep you posted as the match proceeds. It's all chalk in the final 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds. Toby shot over on the right, and he does convert a spare. So an early lead. 12 pins, assuming X's across. We go to the 3rd. And a 3rd frame to my left. Preston has an early 10-pin lead after 3. Soltis working on a spare. And the 3rd frame of our semi-final match. He gets it wide right, and he loses it into the ditch. Now, he threw one of those in the last game, but it was after the match was won. This one's on a spare, so it'll cost him some pins. He just needs to refocus and come back and not overcorrect the shot, as many people do have a tendency to do. He comes up, it's a 7 count on that. So it's an open frame for Toby. Tao is working on an open as well, and from the second frame. As he comes up for his third frame. There's his shot. He gets his wide right, and he throws a gutter ball. I don't know if I've seen that happen before in our finals, but gutter by both opponents in the same frame. Very uncharacteristic here. We're going to see if Natal can convert his spare, where Toby was unsuccessful with his. There's his shot. He does get his, so the gutter doesn't hurt him. It could have been a 9 spare, same amount. Assuming max score, it's an 11-pin lead for Natal as we go to the fourth. Over to my left, Strike Fest over there. Preston Smith has a max score of 280. Brian Crawl has a max score of 290 through 5. Tal working on a spare. Working on a gutter spare. And he comes up really high and leaves the famous 4. The 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Very, very, very difficult spare to convert. These high rev players, ball speed, it could happen. Let's see what Natal does. Gets 4 of them. Pin kicked out, but it wasn't quite enough, so it's a 44 there. VIX 44D. So an open frame. Toby now on the right from Connellsville. He also is working on an open frame. His opportunity to take the lead. Here's Toby on 32. And he comes up high as well, leaves a 3, 6, 10. So for most people on his pair for the finals, it's been a little tricky. No one's really finding a comfort zone out there. Toby trying for a spare to take the lead, and he does convert, so it's a 7-pin lead. There's a max score. Over to my left. Both guys have opened into 6th, and Crawl now has a 10-pin lead as they both open, 135, 125. As they go to the 7th frame, we'll come back to Toby Soltis of Connellsville on 31, working on a spare. Trying to add to this lead. Here's a shot. And it hit the same place in the Taos ball hit. He managed to get 7 out of it, leaving a 3-4-10. This is a very challenging split. It can be made, though, if he hits it right. We'll see what he does. Here's a shot at it. Just misses it, gets 1. So an open frame for Toby. Puts the ball back into Taos courts. Here's the Taos shot on the right. Another high shot. He splits again with a 4-6-7. This pair is just giving these guys tons of fits. The only one who did okay over here was with Brian Crawl. So we could have an interesting development here because the high seed between these two, these 4, will get to pick the pair they want to bowl on for the final. So it could be interesting. Although Crawl will not get the pick as he is the 4 seed. But nobody might want to bowl on 31-32 the way it's going. Here's the Taos shot. And he gets 1. So it's another open frame here. And it is a 4-pin lead for Toby Soltis after 5. Jeffrey's just consulting with his coach, maybe making an adjustment on his left lane. He's been struggling a little bit here. He got a 4-4 last time on the same lane. Okay. Taos took a lot of time on this shot. Moved a little deeper. And he found the line maybe as he puts 10 in a pit. That gives him a slight. Now he's still down 4 if Toby strikes. Interesting match down below. It was an 11-pin lead, but for Crawl, he's on a strike, and Preston is on a spare. They have 155 to 144 to 7th. A much different scoring pace on our left pair. Toby Soltis leaves the 4-10 split. He might, just from watching, he might have to take a page out of the Taos book, make an adjustment, maybe get deeper in this line. That's between him and his coach, though, at this stage. And he misses both pins, so he's sitting at 70 in the 6th. Assuming strikes, the Taos will have 88 in the 6th, so it's an 18-pin lead on max score for Natal as we go to the 7th frame. Just two opens in a row, both splits. It looks like he did get that in a little deeper, but not deep enough. Is split three in a row. 4, 6, 7. When we start putting those red markers up there, we always call it the bingo card because there's a lot of daubers going on. And Toby does get 2. So Toby continues to struggle in this pair. It's going to be interesting to see if Natal makes the same adjustment on this right lane and stays deeper than he was. We'll see. If he likes what he did on the left lane, we'll see if he gets the same reaction on the right.